This is what people are talking about when they reference this. This is the MP43. This is an MP44. Essentially the same weapon, or the STG44, the Sturmgewehr, 1944, which is when the sort of final version was released, as it were, and saw significant issue, about 250,000, if I remember rightly. So this was the first successful attempt at a reduced power rifle cartridge that lets you combine the submachine gun, light, portable, fully automatic weapon for close quarters, with the classic infantry rifle that lets you shoot out to hundreds of meters. And it is the template for all of the assault rifles, because Sturmgewehr translated into English is assault rifle. It's the template for all of them. So that applies to everything. AR-15, AK, FNC, you name it, the lot. Now, as you can see, this is really quite reminiscent of, well, in particular, this one. So this is a Type 1 AK or AK47. It's only called AK47 for a few months. Well, a bit longer than that, actually. But its official designation was AK, Avtomat Kalashnikova. And it's not a copy, but it is inspired by the STG. You can same sort of overall length, same sort of barrel length, about 16 inches. Gas operated, similar cartridge. So the Soviets sort of reverse engineered the cartridge, changed the caliber to the actual bullet caliber to what they were already using, 7.62, not 7.92 millimeters, and lengthened the cartridge as well for actually superior performance. It is the M43 round for the AK is a better round than the STG round, but that concept was there. So you had, well, the Germans went from this whacking great 7.92 by 57 millimeter round, shortened it right down. It actually looks a bit fatter, but it's believe it or not, it is the same case diameter there. So they shrunk the case right down, so much less propellant, lower velocity, lower recoil impulse, importantly, and the bullet is actually smaller and lighter as well, but it's still a pointed, relatively high velocity bullet. So that lets you do controllable automatic fire from the hip or even burst from the shoulder, which became Soviet doctrine. But you can also reach out and shoot people at 300 meters plus. That's the secret sauce to this whole concept. And nearly all modern infantry rifles follow that mold to some extent, with some later developments. So that is the reason why these two rifles look superficially very similar. And this Type 1 actually has a stamped sheet metal U-shaped receiver as well, which is a bit closer to the Sturmgewehr's sheet metal body. The Soviets didn't stick with that. They went for a long time to a machined solid lump of steel, which was the traditional and easier way to do it. But they were looking at, there are prototypes, rivals to Kalashnikov's design, or even Kalashnikov's own AK-46 prototype is closer to the Sturmgewehr. But they are significantly different. So although they both have long stroke gas pistons, great big long pistons sticking out the front of a bolt carrier, they lock in a different way. The Sturmgewehr is a tilting bolt, like the old L1A1, similar. The AK is a rotating bolt, and that came from the M1 Garand. This is, in mechanical, in engineering, in firearms design terms, the M1 Garand has contributed more to the AK than this has, believe it or not. The trigger mechanism in the AK is a lift from the M1 Garand. That selector dust cover on the side, you won't find that on the Sturmgewehr. All the controls are different. The ergonomics are quite different. So human beings key off silhouettes. So we see something that looks superficially similar and we go, that's the same as that. It's an evolutionary thing, I think. So it's the daddy of the AK for sure, but it is not, the two are not a copy of each other.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.